Now on Sunrise and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, warming centers are open as the cold continues in the Crossroads. And a judge denies a stay on one of the president's executive orders, saying it interferes with constitutional rights. We have the details coming up. Plus, a state representative responds to decisions made in a Crossroads county, what the state rep is recommending. We have all that and more straight ahead.
And I'm sure you've noticed, if you haven't, step your foot out the door for about 5 seconds. It is cold out there this morning, and we're going to have another freezing night for some of us tonight, and we'll take a look at all that in the weather coming up.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning, Crossroads, and happy Thursday, or Friday Eve, as Parker likes to say.
That's right. Tomorrow is Friday. I like to call it Friday Eve because tomorrow's like everybody's favorite day of the week.
And the weather has some perfect timing today because it's National Wear Comfy Clothing Day. So I definitely came to work in sweatpants today. I'm sure many of you may take advantage of that.
Yeah, I was going to say I did as well. I had shorts, and then I had sweats over that, and then I had my khakis over that. And then on my shirt, I had a short sleeve shirt, a long sleeve shirt, a jacket, and I think another jacket over that.
We're staying comfy with all the layers this morning.
Yes, we are staying nice and comfy and warm on National Comfy Cozy Clothes Day. And I hope y'all are as well, because you're looking live in Victoria. Guess how cold it is? Well, I guess you don't have to guess. It's 26 for the air temperature right now in Victoria. And the wind chill, wowee, that is down to 14. It feels like 14 degrees out there, y'all, thanks to the winds that are sustained at about 16 miles an hour coming out of the north. Gusts are higher. We're going to look at that map here in just a second, because temperatures around the Crossroads, we're all starting out. Northern counties have officially broken down into the low 20s. Counties along 59 are looking at about mid 20s, and counties closer to the coast looking at upper 20s, being closer to that warmer Gulf water. But temperatures, if you thought we were cold down in South Texas, well, here we go. In North Texas, it is 8 degrees, single digits in Wichita Falls, right along the Red River, and actually wind chills are in the negative single and some of the double digits negatives. And the Panhandle, they're 10 degrees. And if you thought Texas was cold, here's the rest of the United States. We have a negative 11 degree reading in Sioux Falls with negative 20 and 30 degree wind chills, negative 10 in Cut Bank, negative 7 in International Falls, 4 in Chicago, 1 in St. Louis, negative 5 in Kansas. Very cold all across the country. However, with us, we're actually a little bit breezier than most of the country. We have winds sustained at about 50 miles an hour, gusts being reported at up to 30 miles an hour at times. Latest report is 29 here in Victoria. That is bringing our wind chills into, it's official, we have single digit wind chills in our northern counties. Everybody else is in the teens as we're feeling like this morning. Otherwise, today, unlike yesterday, the clouds, you can see it right here on satellite, they're starting to clear. We've got some sunshine coming our way today. So if you're sending your kiddos out the door, definitely grab that jacket, because we're going to be below freezing as they're headed out the door off to school. But as they're heading back home, we're going to warm up a little bit, but still cold with some sunshine. And we'll look at all the details of your day and more coming up next.
Warming centers are open for those needing a place to get out of the cold. There are options to keep you warm. 25 News Now reporter Ray Mosley shares those details.
The Salvation Army Life Enrichment Center and First United Methodist Church are opening their doors to welcome those who need shelter. They'll be open Wednesday night and Thursday night from 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. United Methodist Church Pastor Celia Halfacre wants people to be safe and encourages any and everyone to stop by.
I hope that we will be full. I hope that everybody who needs this shelter will be here. I think sometimes people think cold is not that dangerous, but it can be dangerous. And I want all of our neighbors to be safe when it's cold.
Halfacre says people should care about others and felt compelled to open the shelter. Salvation Army officer Captain Kenny Jones believes having multiple shuttles ready will help people get from one place to another. He'll keep the enrichment center open as he deems necessary.
It's very important that we have these shuttles set up to where the community that doesn't have a car, doesn't have a place to stay, has a warm transportation to wherever they need to get.
Whichever shelter you choose, you'll be provided with food, water, and a volunteer to serve you in this weather.
I just want them to know that they are welcome. Everybody is welcome who needs shelter.
The centers are also in need of volunteers through Friday morning. Ray Mosley, KAVU TV, 25 News Now.
Transportation is available to and from the centers at Christ Kitchen. For more information on Victoria's warming shelters, you can call the number for the Homeless Coalition of the Golden Crescent at 361-433-5388. State Representative A.J. Louderback has responded to a request from Goliad County officials regarding the elimination of one of their 2 county constable positions. It comes after county officials removed Precinct 1 from Commissioner's Court. Louderback says while his office received a resolution from the commissioners requesting legislative action, he believes state law already grants local officials the authority to make decisions on the matter. Louderback warns that removing an elected law enforcement role could impact public safety and urges the commissioners to hold public hearings and involve voters before making a final decision. Goliad commissioners issued a resolution requesting the dissolution of the Goliad County Auditor's Office. Lee Lockwood, the Goliad County Auditor, says she was temporarily denied access to the county systems and property. A judge issued a show cause order in response to the county's actions. Goliad County Judge R.M. Bennett is ordered to appear in the district courtroom tomorrow morning. The appearance is to show cause as to why he should not be held in contempt for his actions regarding the auditor's access to the county systems and property. Two teenage girls are in custody and are accused of plotting an attack at a high school near Houston. Authorities say the 15 and 16-year-old students were in the early stages of planning an attack at Memorial High School. They wanted to target fellow students using guns and pipe bombs. The teen girl suspects were taken into custody soon after authorities learned about the plot. The 16-year-old student has been charged with making terroristic threats. Now to a decision by a panel of judges about birthright citizenship, the issue now facing a potential Supreme Court decision as Trump's executive order remains frozen.
This morning, a new court decision putting one of Trump's most controversial executive orders on hold. An appeals court saying, for now, it will not allow Trump to end birthright citizenship. That's the constitutional right that any person born on U.S. soil is an American. The decision potentially setting up a showdown at the Supreme Court.
A dictator without elections. Zelensky better move fast or he's not going to have a country left.
Meanwhile, on the world stage, relations between Trump and Ukrainian President Zelensky deteriorating, with Trump accusing Zelensky of being a dictator. But Zelensky says with Ukraine under martial law because of the war, he's unable to hold elections. Analysts are also taking issue with Trump's claims about funding the war. On social media, Trump claimed the U.S. has spent $350 billion on Ukraine, $200 billion more than Europe, and he says Zelensky admitted half the money is missing. But observers say the U.S. has committed far less, $119 billion, while Europe has committed $278 billion. Supporters say the president's recent statements criticizing Ukraine are all aimed at negotiating a deal to finally end the war.
My guess is he's expressing some frustration with Zelensky. But this has been very tough on Russia getting them to the negotiating table. That's good.
Back here at home, the president portraying himself as a king, making that declaration after announcing his administration has cut off funding for a New York City tolling program which charges drivers to access the busiest parts of the city. Trump writing, Manhattan and all of New York is saved. Long live the king. The White House then sharing this fake image of Trump on a Time magazine cover wearing a crown. New York's governor now vowing to take legal action.
New York hasn't labored under a king in over 250 years. And we sure as hell are not going to start now.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Do you think you can call this year's Academy Award winners? We'll step into the spotlight and predict the Oscars for your chance to win a gift card bundle from Peter Piper Pizza. Visit crossroadstoday.com to submit your predictions. And remember, follow us on Crossroads Today's YouTube channel. Hit the like button and click that notification bell. The time is now 6:39 on our Thursday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up next on 25 News Now Sunrise. We take a look at some record cold temperatures across the nation.
More budget cuts coming to the federal workforce, this time targeting the Pentagon. I'm Nicole D'Antonio with Reaction on Capitol Hill.
And also coming up next after the break in the short-term forecast for today, I'm sure you know it's going to be a bit of a cold one all across beautiful Texas, but we do have another freezing night coming our way and another alert day in effect for tonight. We'll take a look at those details coming up next. Well, good morning, Crossroads. You're looking live and clear in sunny Cuero. I can officially say it's sunny now because the sun's starting to come up in the sky and it is exposing our nice and mostly clear sunrise out there this morning. And with it so clear out there, we are very cold, and it's another morning that the station actually is not working right now in Cuero, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's because it is so cold over there in Cuero right now. Here your temperature is 25 is the actual air temperature right now in Cuero, maybe 24 for some localized areas in DeWitt County. Otherwise, wind chills right now, ooh, they're down to 13 and 14 for the feels like, and around Cuero right now, so make sure to bundle up. But however, in Cuero and also other northern counties today, this is not going to be your only morning where we're going to be below freezing. We have another alert day in effect for tonight through Friday morning, and that will be for y'all for the northern counties. We're talking Gonzales, Lavaca, DeWitt, and Karnes County. All of y'all could expect some sub-freezing conditions as little as 3 hours, but lasting as long as 7 hours. Each of these numbers would prompt a hard freeze to happen, which is why I'm saying make sure to be mindful of the 4 Ps. Continue protecting your pipes. Otherwise, coldest conditions tonight and our northern counties could reach as low as 27, maybe 27, but 28 degrees most likely, and wind chills down to 20, maybe even the upper teens at 18 or 19 degrees in those northern counties tonight. Otherwise, today, guess what is coming our way? You just saw it right there on the Cuero camera, the sun. It's coming back today. You get to see it right here on your future clouded radar. We're going to have some mostly sunny skies at around noontime, but in the afternoon and the early morning hours, I think we're going to see some partly cloudy skies. Otherwise, that sunshine today is going to bring us back into the 40s, unlike yesterday, and over the next few days, we'll stay in the 40s until we're warming up next week, and we'll look at all that coming up next.
This morning, President Trump's team is preparing more budget cuts, this time targeting the Pentagon. Sources tell ABC News they are expecting the deepest cuts in more than a decade. Meanwhile, confusion continues over who actually runs the Department of Government Efficiency.
This morning, sweeping budget cuts expected to hit the Pentagon. Sources tell ABC News Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth asked top Pentagon officials to draw up plans for a sweeping 8% cut. The department has not seen cuts this deep in more than a decade. The Defense Department employs nearly 878,000 civilians, with up to 60,000 being probationary employees. On Monday, DOJ posted a list on its website of more than 1,000 federal contracts it claims to have terminated.
It's a middle finger to our heroes and their lives of service.
Sources tell ABC News Hegseth is preparing to fire or remove a series of top generals and senior officials. A list of their names already circulating among Republicans on Capitol Hill.
Staff and other members of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. We're handling with it right now. Look forward to working with them.
President Donald Trump says his administration is considering giving 20% of the savings from DOJ's work back to Americans. Others are skeptical. Meanwhile, confusion continues over who truly runs DOJ, as concerns rise about the amount of influence Elon Musk has gained since Trump's return to the White House. A recent Quinnipiac University poll released Wednesday found that 55% of registered voters believe Musk has too much power in making decisions that affect the country. The same poll found 54% of voters disapprove of Musk having a prominent role in the Trump administration. President Trump also signed a new executive order eliminating a handful of agencies. The order calls for the administration to deliver a list of additional advisory committees they deem unnecessary to be submitted to the president for termination within 30 days. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
And that leads us to your viewer poll. You can scan the QR code right there on your screen to take part. We want to know, should the Department of Defense budget be cut down? All right, let's take a look. 60% of you say yes and 40% of you say no. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part in our viewer poll. This winter will be one for the history books. Forecasters say the recent Arctic blast could set more than 100 daily temperature records, with some places reaching as low as 50 degrees below normal. The Arctic air spans from North Dakota to South Texas, but it'll be moving east today, tracking through the mid-Atlantic states, bringing single-digit temperatures to parts of the East Coast. Property owners across the state are preparing to receive their spring appraisal notices in the mail. This number determines what you'll pay in property tax, but many don't know they have the right to protest the value. In this 25 News Now Extra, we meet a Bloomington man who fought and won his protest with the help from a local property tax expert. Tonight at 10 in Property Puzzle, 25 News Now reporter Lupi Zapata explains how anyone can file a protest, even if it may seem intimidating at first. The time is now 6:45 on our Thursday morning. Still to come on Sunrise, we hear from the Victoria Firefighters Association. We learned about a petition they're sharing with Victoria residents. celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday to Ivy Jade. Happy 3rd birthday, sweet spunky girl. Can't wait to celebrate with you this weekend. Love, Gigi, Tia Mo, Mom, Dad, Zuzu, Nova, and Ria.
That's right. Happy birthday, Ivy. That was such a sweet picture, too. And also happy birthday to Catalina. Happy 6th birthday, Auntie's baby girl. Hope your day is as special as you are. We love you, Aunt Mert, Gma, and Xavier Jacoby.
Happy birthday to Scott. Happy 8th birthday, Benjamin Scott. Hope your day is filled with fun, laughter, and all your favorite things with love from Nini and Papa.
Happy birthday, Scott. And happy birthday to Kyler. Happy big 10th birthday, Kyler. Welcome to the double digits.
Happy birthday to Ike. Happy birthday, Ike, from your wife, children, and grandchildren. We love you.
Happy birthday, Ike. And also happy birthday to Teresa. Sending lots of birthday hugs to my awesome mother and grandmother. Happy birthday. Have a wonderful day today from your children and your grandchildren.
Happy birthday to Esperanza. Happy birthday. We love you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Love from your husband, children, and grandchildren.
Happy birthday, Esperanza. And also happy birthday to Chelsea. Happy 19th birthday. I love you so, so much, and we all love you and wish you the best day ever. Lots of love for your brothers, mom, and sisters. And to see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, just head on over to crossroadstoday.com, click the drop-down menu, then click the Home tab, and then you'll see Submit Your Birthday Photo.
All right, the time is now 6:47 on our Thursday morning. Happy birthday if you're celebrating one today.
That's right. Happy birthday. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, good morning, Crossroads. I'm sure a lot of y'all just saw that 7-day forecast and you saw a whopping 70 and 80 degree high temperature for us next week. And I'm sure a lot of y'all are, or I hope y'all are as excited as I am for that, because if you're like me, I do not like this chilly, cold weather nonsense, because this stuff should be up in the northern states, not down here in deep South Texas. Well, if you're like me and you like the warm weather, good news, that's coming away next week. And where is it coming from? Well, there's going to be a surface low pressure system that's going to form right off of our coast. That's going to form off of the back end of that cold front that just passed through us on Tuesday night. But that low system, over time, we're talking about going into next week, is going to push away from the coast, and that's going to bring out the sunshine and the southerly winds. You're going to see that here in just a second, because going into tomorrow Friday and all the way into Saturday morning, you can see here 6 a.m. on Saturday, there's going to be, like I said, that low system that will form right off of our coast. We're talking like 100 miles east of Brownsville, and that system will kind of slowly trot its way northward as we go into Saturday afternoon, bringing us some rain chances for Friday night into Saturday morning, and definitely some rain chances at 50 and 60% for Saturday afternoon, and all the way through Saturday night and Sunday morning, all the way up until Sunday. That system, like I said, is going to start pushing out into the Gulf, and here's Monday, 3 p.m. You can see sunshine encompassing the entire state, and you know what that does? That's going to warm us up. Until that happens, like I said, northerly winds forming on the northern side of that low will keep us highs in the 40s, lows in the 30s the next few days. But as that low pushes out of the Gulf going into next week, we're seeing southerly winds return, sunshine come out, and we're seeing highs in the 70s and 80s. And we'll look at all that more later on Sunrise.
We're now joined by two of our friends from the Victoria Firefighters Association, JP Pena and Will Gerald. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Well, it's great to have y'all here. I know there's been lots of activity going on with y'all this year, and
Yes.
It's all concerning two very important ballot items that are going to be not on the May election ballot, but in November for
That is
city
correct.
residents.
So, yes.
Talk to about these items.
So we were going to be on the, we were shooting for the May ballot, but we found that it'd be better for us to go in the November one. So basically what we're doing is we're going out, getting our petition signed by the citizens of Victoria, and it's for civil service and collective bargaining. So civil service is a merit-based system. Basically what it is, it affects everyone from the person that's getting hired to the people that are in to getting promoted, right? So it's a merit-based system again. You get a set of books, you study, you take a test, and the person that scores the highest is the one that gets the job.
I see. So it's implementing a new system for promotions within.
Right. So we have a system somewhat similar to that, but this gets away from, being civil service gets away from any intervention from anywhere else.
Oh, wow.
Right. So
this would impact our local firefighters department.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Would any other departments in the area be affected? Just solely Victoria
Just
Fire
only
Department?
Victoria firefighters. Yes.
And so this is to implement a different promotion structure.
Right.
Civil service.
Exactly.
And why are y'all in support of this?
So this is something that I believe that we need to have. So a lot of your major cities, a lot of your bigger cities, and even cities the same size as we are, have civil service, right? So when new firefighters see this, they see it as a more professional department, right? So it gets us to that level also.
And it's keeping people motivated to keep those skills sharp.
Exactly.
Also keep those skills here in Victoria versus leaving somewhere else.
To retain that talent.
That is one of our major goals, yes.
And another ballot item
is collective bargaining.
Collective bargaining.
So collective bargaining, basically what it is, it's going to give us the ability to be able to negotiate with our city administrators, right, as far as for our benefits. We have been behind, in several areas of our pay and our benefits, and we just want what's fair.
Well, we hope to see people out there at Springwood, and I want to thank y'all so much for everything y'all do for our community and for firefighters here in our area. Thank y'all so much.
Well, thank you for inviting us.
All right, coming up, news to know before you go. The passengers of the Toronto-bound plane that crash landed on Monday afternoon will be paid $30,000 each. Delta says 20 of 21 passengers have been released from hospitals. A total of 80 people were on board, and all of the injured are expected to survive. Delta Care Team representatives are telling customers this gesture has no strings attached and does not affect the rights of the passengers on the plane. The Victoria ISD Board of Trustees meet this evening. On the agenda is a career and technology education presentation, as well as a public hearing on the district's academic performance report and the consideration of approving the academic calendar for the next school year. And also on the agenda is a level 3 grievance hearing. It starts at 6 p.m. at the District Administration Building at 102 Profit Drive. The City of Cuero is opening a daytime warming center. It's at the Cuero Municipal Library. That's at 207 East Main Street. It'll be open from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Thursday and Friday. Victory tastes like pizza. Congrats to Annette Soto for winning the Predict the Big Game contest. Enjoy your Peter Piper pizza. And we want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, and Android TV. Just search for Crossroads Today Plus. And in case you're still wondering about that Victoria Firefighters Association interview about the Springwood reference, they're going to have a neighborhood walkthrough at 1 p.m. on Sunday. It's going to be 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. in the Springwood neighborhood to tell people more about this petition. And now let's get a look at our forecast and a beautiful sunrise. Is it cloudy, Parker?
That's right, Carolina. It is quite cloudy over the coast this morning, but guess what? Our inland counties, we're talking our western counties right now, Cuero, it is a little bit sunny over there. Right now in Port Lavaca, though, thanks to the clouds and the northerly wind still blowing through us, I'm sure y'all noticed. Step your foot out the door for just 5 seconds if you haven't. It is 28 right now in Port Lavaca. Very cold, and even colder is the wind chill. Woo, 15 degrees is what it feels like right now on the coast, with wind sustained at about 20 miles an hour and gusting up to 30 at times. So make sure to bundle up if you head out the door, but that's not the coldest wind chill we have out there. It feels like 9 degrees right now, and Gonzales feels like 10 degrees right now in Hallettsville, and it feels like the mid-teens and around mid-Highway 59 county. So all of us make sure to bundle up this morning, and this is not going to be our only below freezing morning. We'll get that here in a second, because 43 for the high today in Port Lavaca with your clouds on the decrease. I think y'all are going to see some partly cloudy skies going into the afternoon time. Same thing in Victoria, a little bit of sunshine, but only about 41 for the high today. Today I think we will break the 40s, unlike yesterday. We broke it up to 37 for the high. 38 I'm thinking the high in Cuero, but like I said, we are going to be alert below freezing one more night tonight, and that's going to be for our northern counties. That's why we have the alert day for sub-freezing conditions up to 3 to 7 hours. But like I said earlier, if you're not a fan of the cold, we're warming up as we go into next week. Yes, those are 70s and 80s. I'm so excited.
All right, Parker. Well, thank you, and thank you for being with us. Join Shauna, Don, Clovia, and Max tonight for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10. Stay warm.